Aylesbury News Weekly Roundup. Hello and welcome to Aylesbury News Weekly Roundup. We started the week with an invite to everyone for a mass cycling walk or jog along the newly opened Greenway walk, which goes from Aylesbury Park and Ride all the way across to Wasden Manor. And people who did the journey on that day would gain free access to Wasden Manor. And we had another story this week from the NHS about missed appointments, which is costing the NHS £1 million, or over £1 million. Yet they understand there can be unforeseen cancellations through illness or a family death or something like that. But also there's appointments that have been cancelled due to a shortage of staff. But the ones they're on about mainly are the ones where they phone up on that same morning to cancel. If you're going to cancel an appointment, they'd rather have a couple of days notice, so then they could put someone else in that spot to fill in where you was going to be. So that way they're not losing any money, they're just filling in that gap. So if you can and you're going to cancel your appointment, do it a good 2-3 days before the appointment. There was a petition brought up last week. Over 2,000 people have signed it over the proposed closure and shortened times for certain sites, and they ain't happy about it. The people of Bledlow are complaining, saying that losing a vital tip, meaning that people are going to have to travel further, which means more wear and tear on the roads. And the council reckon that on average a household will visit the local recycling centre at least once a month. The people of Bledlow aren't happy that they're thinking of closing the recycling centre at Bledlow, but the council turned around and said that the recycling centre there is not fit for purpose anymore with the growing population, so it would have been shut anyway regardless. But again, I can understand what Bledlow are on about, because it means they have to travel out further. If they're going to close it because it's not fit for purpose, how about bringing it up to date so it is fit for purpose? And there are worries that it's going to encourage more fly tipping. The council said there's no direct proof that by reducing times on certain sites and closing a particular site, that there's no link between that and fly tipping. Fly tippers go out with the intention just to tip their rubbish wherever they can find space. Well, we'll have to see on that one, because I'm not sure if there is a link or not, so we'll just have to wait and see. There's calls for more teachers in Bucks in the professional drop. Basically they're going back now to the 50s and 60s, where if you was in a teacher's position it was a job for life. But nowadays people who take up the teaching profession normally stay in the profession for about 2 to 3 years rather than a lifelong profession. And there's not enough people in school or leaving age saying, oh yeah, I want to be a teacher. So they reckon there's going to be a shortage of teachers coming up. This week a taxi driver was threatened with a knife in High Wycombe. That's not a job I would like to have, a taxi driver. It's a very dodgy job. You're going around in your car, you got all that money on you, and there's a lot of dodgy people out there. And I think there should be some sort of protection between the driver and the passengers in the back. We also believe that taxi drivers should be paid the fare before they leave from where they're being picked up from. These people need some sort of protection. This week Bucks Fire and Rescue got their new uniforms, which they're very happy with, which is a good thing. They're specialised suits that are designed to protect them from the heat and keep them warm as they're being sprayed with water as they go through sometimes. So they're a happy bunch down there this week. Last weekend down on Berriesfield, 10 new builds waiting for tenants to move in had their boilers stolen. That's a lot of boilers, and Must have taken quite a bit of time to get them out. So yeah, I would have thought someone would have seen something, but apparently no one's come forward and said, oh, I saw this or I heard this. And police are still investigating. There was temporary traffic lights put up in Stoke Mandeville this week at the roundabout in Stoke Mandeville itself, which caused major delays for traffic, especially for ambulances trying to get into Aylesbury to go to Stoke Mandeville, and the ones trying to get out of Stoke Mandeville Hospital to get to patients outside of Aylesbury. There was also another big water leak reported this week, but this time it was down on the Tring Road, in between Parton Road and the Big Grove traffic lights. But work on this leak had been suspended. There's been a delay on the virtual parking permits across Buckinghamshire. Bucks County Council want to go paperless for their permit holders, but there was a problem with the system, so they've had to delay it for a little while. Also this week we found out that 6 men from Aylesbury were jailed for trying to kidnap one man and use that man that they've kidnapped to kidnap another man. And before they could kidnap the second man, the police intervened and caught the gang. And later on they found a van with a load of tools what they were going to use for a robbery of some sort. Thefts from vans has increased in Buckinghamshire by it's nearly tripled. The police are trying to do their best. People are asking to be vigilant if they see a strange car or somebody hanging around by a van, looking in the windows and checking out the doors to write down vehicle numbers that they've turned up in, what they look like, are they English, foreign, whatever. Write down their number plate, what time it was, what van it is they're looking in. They're also asking the tradespeople to mark their tools clearly, so if they do seize these tools from these robbers, that they can trace you to give you back your tools. As it stands, there's a lot of tools they've seized and they haven't got any markings on them, so it's hard for them to trace the people that have lost these tools. Tim Metcroft, the Chief of Police in Aylesbury, doesn't underestimate the impact that this sort of crime has on tradespeople, because new tools cost a lot of money nowadays, and this is somebody's livelihood you're messing with, and that's not good. Especially as they've got to replace all those tools. So, like I say, they're asking tradespeople to make sure they mark their tools either with their postcode, their names, or something that they can identify their tools with. Make it personalised to you. Maybe a password of some sort, which only you would know. Don't tell anyone else, just you. And they're trying their best to get all these tools back to their rightful owners, but they are having problems because none of the tools have been marked. A legal challenge against the expressway route from Oxford to Cambridge, which is called the Oxcam Expressway. The Wildlife Trust said it's going to upset too much wildlife on the route it's set to go at the moment, and that it should be considered to take another route. We'll just have to see where this goes, and if they do decide to change the route and which route they would go. But I don't think it will change personally. They've made up their mind they want to take that route, and that's the route they'll go. But we will have to see how this legal challenge goes. Today up at Wendover Woods is a park run for the first time at Wendover Woods. It's an open event, it's free. All you have to do is go onto the website and register yourself, and they'll give you a barcode and the route you can take and what your personal record will be, or should be. This is related to the traffic lights that popped up on the roundabout in Stoke Mandeville that caused delays, and Thames Water apologised for the Stoke Mandeville lights. The temporary lights have now been removed, and Thames Water was forced to make a public apology. Thames Water are not having a lot of luck this year. Been a lot of leaks down the high street, one on Tring Road, which I just told you about, and now they're getting told off for putting up traffic lights without any warning. And today there's a young girl of 11 from Aylesbury in Dublin taking part in the laser run competition for Great Britain. She's only 11, she's a very sporty person, and we wish her the best of luck. We hope you do really well. I would like to hear more. I hope you have done well. and I'm sure the whole of Aylesbury wish you the best of luck. I'd like to hear from my viewers and subscribers, I suppose, from other chart sites like on my YouTube, on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. I would like to hear things from you about what you'd like us to cover. Or if you've got some questions that you want me to answer, I'll try my damn best to answer it. If you'd like me to get in touch with a company to find out why they won't open a place in Aylesbury, I will do that for you. Also, if you've got somebody's birthday and you'd like their mention on one of our news feeds, let us know, drop us a line. We will do it for you. We will cover deaths as well if you really want us to. Here at Aylesbury News, we try to do our best to keep our Aylesbury people informed. I get news feeds from everywhere basically, and I try my best to keep you up to date. We still need more subscribers on YouTube, and we need people to spread the word about Aylesbury News. Ask their friends to subscribe and like our channels. The more people we get, the better we can get. Thank you for all your support. It is very grateful. You've been watching Aylesbury News. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave comments below, and don't forget to like our videos and share them. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave comments below. Oh, don't forget to share and like our videos. Thank you.